Welcome to Intuitive Alchemy, the space where we turn cosmic and spiritual insight into practical, real-world healing. I'm Sydney, trained intuitive, energetic alchemist, and medical astrologer in training. And on Intuitive Alchemy, I get personal. We don't do surface level here. We go deep. No fluff, just the energetic shifts, raw stories, and grounded practices that actually change your life and activate your personal power. Now let's get into it. Hello and welcome back to Intuitive Alchemy. First of all, if you listened to the last episode about the 14 products and practices that I'm loving right now, so basically, for some reason, my sound didn't connect, like my podcast mic didn't connect, or it didn't, I don't really know what happened, but it is as if Mercury is in retrograde. However, it is not in retrograde. That I'm experiencing some technical difficulties that would feel a lot more like a Mercury retrograde situation. So anyway, I double checked. This time the mic seems to be working, but my apologies for the last episode not having quite as good of sound quality, like not terrible, but not the quality that I like it to be. But anyway, hopefully you still enjoyed it and got some value, maybe checked out a couple new things to try. So anyway, for today's little alchemy hit, I'm actually in California right now. I'm recording this prior to leaving. Corey and I are in Orange County, where he's from at the time that this episode goes live, probably having an amazing time hanging out on the beach, eating some yummy food, and getting to spend time with his family. And so very, very excited to have a little getaway. But I didn't want to skip today's episode, so that's why I pre-recorded it several days in advance. And what I want to talk about today is a few things. So first of all, I wanted to talk about the energy that has been this eclipse energy, like this just super intense. It's very karmic, or it feels very karmic, and it also is very karmic. Just kind of like a purging energy, and it's not just me. At first I was thinking like, oh, this must just be like my own thing, my own energy. But it's not. I'm seeing so many people talking about the same thing. And I even just yesterday, I posted a story yesterday because I just had like a little, I wouldn't really call it a meltdown, but like I threw a fit is more like it. And I just, the night, so not last night, but the night before, I slept like shit. I was just tossing and turning. I woke up multiple times to go pee in the night, which is super annoying. And just my nose was a little bit congested, and it was just like random stuff, and I just wasn't sleeping good. I had to keep on, like, whenever I can't sleep, I grab my Kindle and I'll just like read a few pages, and that will put me back to sleep, which highly recommend. Like, if that's not something that you do, oh my God, it is a million times better than grabbing your phone. Like, I promise you, it, like, reading, I swear, has melatonin in it. Like, it's not, that's not scientifically accurate, but like, it just releases melatonin, I swear. So anyway, I had to keep on getting my Kindle and reading again so that I could go back to sleep. But then even then I wasn't sleeping good. So yesterday I woke up, I had a few like important things that I had to do that I really wanted and needed to be more like mentally aware, mentally sharp, like on top of my game. And I wasn't, because I was running on not a lot of sleep, plus just the weird energy and just not just feeling like in a funk, like feeling like nothing is quite right. Everything's kind of annoying, like random inconvenient things are happening, like dropping things, or just things not working the way that they should, which I recorded Tuesday's episode yesterday. So obviously we had the mic thing, which I didn't even know about until today when I went to go listen to the episode. I was like, oh wow, okay, this is not the sound that I was going for, but here we are. Anyway, so it was just like stuff like that happening, and like just things, random little things that if it was just one of those things were to happen, it wouldn't really be that annoying or whatever. But like then when things like that keep happening, it's just like, oh my God. And so like my appetite was off. Like I just wasn't very hungry. I was just kind of like, meh, like, when you feel just meh, that's how I was feeling yesterday. So then as the day goes on, but like it was very busy, like I had things I had to do. So I was getting things done. I was very productive, even though I was not mentally sharp. I still like got my shit done. And I even did a strength training workout, which I was like super proud of myself because I did not want to do that. But I was like, I know that I'm going to thank myself and feel better if I do. And sure enough, I did. But then that made me like more tired. So Corey gets home from work and I was just like, in such a shitty mood. Like honestly, like I was just grumpy. I was tired. My body was hungry, even though I didn't feel very hungry. Like my body was like, hello, are you going to give me some energy, some fuel, or like, what are we doing here? And so I'm making dinner, like nothing really sounded good. So I was like, okay, I'll just like make some lentil pasta and like put some like butter and maybe like a little drizzle of like a high quality olive oil and like some salt and pepper. Like that'll just be it. Just like a really simple dinner that sounded somewhat good. And like I did the lentil pasta for protein and fiber. And so I'm like making that, and we also have the TV on, and I don't even remember like what was on. And I got distracted. I was like looking at the TV for like, I don't know, a minute or two, and the fucking water boils over and makes this huge mess on the glass top stove, which I hate those. I would rather have a gas stove, but anyway, we are renting a townhome, so it's not up to us. And so it makes this massive mess, and I'm just like, oh my God. So that just like pushed me over the edge because, as you know, whenever you're like tired and hungry and like in a bad mood, and like anything can just overstimulate you and push you over the edge, or at least that's how I am. And so that's what did it. And I just kind of like threw a little fit, and I was just like, I literally can't right now. Like I can't deal with this right now. And so thank God for Corey, poor guy. He cleaned it up for me and suggested that I go take a bath and just kind of chill out a little bit. And he said that he would rub my shoulders and my back after the bath, which was amazing because they were hurting. And so ended up, just as in the last episode, I was talking about the Fluid bath soaks. I definitely used, I forgot to mention that in one of the bundles I had gotten, I got the Rage, I think it's called the Rage Squashing Soak. And so I have a few of those. And so that's what I used last night. And it really came in clutch because, man, I was feeling ragey. And truly that bath just like turned it around for me. I was able to come out of that energy and back to normal person, normal me energy. And even Corey said, he was like, that bath, literally, like you came out of that bath a different person. I'm like, yeah, I know. So anyway, we like still got to have a good rest of our evening. But I say all of that to say, so I had posted a story while I was in the bath, just kind of saying the kind of day that I had had and like asking, is anyone else experiencing this kind of intense energy with the eclipse and everything? And everyone, like so many people have been responding to that story and been like, yes, oh my God, I had the same kind of experience. Like I'm just so foggy and I slept like shit and I just like everything feels weird. And so I just first of all want to say to you, if you also have experienced this kind of a thing, you are not alone. You are very much in good company here with the rest of us, just out here trying to make it through this crazy eclipse karmic energy. And it is not easy, but we got to do it. The other thing that I wanted to talk about which really was the topic that I was planning on talking about until I was like, I just want to do a little quick energy check-in. I want to talk about how we, of course, as you know, if you're listening to this in somewhat real time, we are in September. We are in the 9th month of this universal year 9, which it's also my personal year 9. So it's like extra potent for me, I guess. Like, yay, that's so cool for me. But anyway, so we are in a universal year 9, which is a year of endings, death before rebirth, transformation, and just a lot of endings. And it doesn't have to be an ending to like something that you don't want to end. It could be, but it could literally be the ending of something, like the ending of you having a certain pattern or a certain habit that's not helping you, or the ending of a relationship that's not serving you, or the end of a career that you've grown out of and now you're moving into a new one. So I don't want you to get into fear about when you hear the word ending. Like, that can feel scary, but that's not what this energy is about necessarily. So we're in the 9th month. We are starting the 4th quarter. The year will be over before we know it. We're in the Burr months, which means tomorrow, basically, it will be Christmas, is what it feels like, how time just passes so quickly. And so I was just doing a little bit of reflecting, and I think that this was partially because of just the energy of Virgo is very, like, I don't know, like health conscious. It feels like a fresh start. And, I think just kind of that energy of like, even though we're not in school, or I'm not in school anymore, like kind of that energy of back to school, like it's new, it's a new start. And so I was just kind of looking back at some of the beginning of the year goals and like things I wanted to manifest and things I wanted to accomplish and work on. And what was really interesting and cool was I, for one, was very encouraged because I just like noticed how many things I actually have already accomplished in the course of the 9 months that it's been. But then also there were several that I haven't yet, and that's because life kind of had other plans for me. My higher self had other plans for me to go on a little health detour of, getting diagnosed with Hashimoto's and needing to heal from that. So there were several things on a physical level that I had wanted to manifest that I ended up not getting to quite yet. But one of those things was I just like I've been a yogi for years. I'm a yoga teacher. I love, love, love yoga, but I was just kind of feeling like I wanted to try something different, which was Pilates. I wanted to take up Pilates, become like a little Pilates princess, be in my Pilates princess era, because I also just love how I think that that's the body type that I really, want for myself. Like that's what I really think looks amazing. And I think like so many different body types look amazing. But if you were to ask me like, what's your dream body? I would pretty much say like somebody who does a lot of Pilates. Like I really love that like lean muscle look. I'm not personally looking to be like a muscle mommy type of body type. That's just not like my personal aesthetic. So that was one of the things that I had a goal to be a consistent Pilates goer. And that did not happen. However, well, it has happened. Like I have started now, but so what was really interesting to me is completely unbeknownst to me, like I did not plan this at all. I just finally in September, I just like, well, really in August as well, but like even more in September, just started. I was just like, man, I'm feeling really like a lot better. I'm feeling good. The things that all of the healing I've been working on this whole year is really like taking root, and I'm feeling it. I'm really getting to benefit from it. And so I just like completely by, I guess, chance, was like, I'm going to go to a Pilates class. Let me get on ClassPass. And I wanted to do a reformer class specifically. So I was like, let me find some studios around me that do reformer Pilates classes. And I found one and I booked a class and I went and I loved it so much. And I ended up going the next day as well. And what is so interesting to me is like I said, this was just completely me taking aligned action. Like I wasn't like, oh, let me wait until the 9th month of the 9th year, the universal year 9 plus my personal year 9. Let me wait till the 9th month. And the 9th day, I kid you not. So it was September 9th when I took my first reformer Pilates class. And I'm just like, that couldn't be more numerologically, I don't know, poetic, like that was wild. Whenever I realized it like a week later, I was like, oh my God, that was 9/9 of the universal and my personal year 9. And so I just also, my other point to that being, it doesn't matter. Like so many of us have these intentions or manifestations or goals that we set at the beginning of the year. And then if they don't happen within like, I don't know, a month or two, many of us like forget about it. And we just kind of like throw it by the wayside and we're like, okay, maybe next year, or maybe never. And what I really want to communicate to you here is that like this is always an ongoing thing. You do not have to wait for the January or for a Monday or for whatever other marker you might be waiting for. You just have to do it. You have to start at some point. And sometimes it's not going to happen in the timeline that you think it is. Like sometimes it's going to take a little longer. Sometimes you got to take a little detour. Sometimes you have other lessons you have to learn or other things that you need to address before you can actually make it to your destination or your desired outcome. And so I am just so glad. I was just like flooded with this feeling of gratefulness and gratitude that I didn't just kind of say, okay, well, because I got diagnosed with Hashimoto's and I was set back, I am just not going to do forget the Pilates thing. Maybe we'll try that later, blah, 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 blah. I could have made so many excuses. And I mean, I guess you could say I did for 9 months. Like I could have gone sooner. I just that wasn't my focus, because my focus was healing and feeling enough vitality and energy that I could feel energized enough and my nervous system be regulated enough to go try something new and to put myself out there and to be able to do that and have it not completely drain me. Because if you know, if you're in a freeze response in your nervous system and you're dealing with like a chronic fatigue situation, like many people are that are struggling with an autoimmune disorder, like any little thing, like even just going to the grocery store, even though that's not a new thing, like that can literally zap the shit out of you. And then add in a factor of it being a brand new thing that you've never done and you're not quite sure what to expect. And like, you don't have those neural pathways yet. Like it's not familiar yet. It doesn't feel safe yet. I don't know what to expect yet. Even now, I've only gone a couple times, but now I already know what to expect. It's not scary anymore. I know, like, I'm certainly not an expert. Like, there's so many things about the reformer that I'm still not familiar with. And I still have to like look around me and listen for the cues and look around me and see what other people are doing. But I'm more confident to do that now because I've done it before. And so again, I just want to encourage you, if you were someone who kind of set intentions or goals or just things that you would have loved to accomplish this year, really like look back at those and see what can you revisit if it didn't happen already, or maybe you started it and you kind of let it fall away. Can you start that back up? We still have, several months left of 2025, and it's not that we have to be in this masculine energy of like hustle and grind and all of that, but like what did you want to do that you maybe just aren't doing now because you just like kind of got discouraged, or you for whatever reason didn't do it or couldn't do it or whatever? Well, maybe you can start now, and maybe you can just keep that momentum, whatever that looks like for you, up for the rest of the year, so that we're not just again going into 2026 like, okay, let's try this again and then maybe it still doesn't work out, So anyway, that's my little encouragement for you today. And then also not only just to acknowledge what things you might not have done that you would like to do, but also acknowledge all the things that you already have done. Like, how much progress have you made from the beginning of 2025 to now? Because I promise you, even if it's not things that you necessarily like planned on accomplishing, like for me, there's several things that I didn't plan on that I still accomplished, and I'm super glad. Like, I'm super proud of myself. I'm super grateful for it, and you deserve to be acknowledged for that. And even if it's not from an external source, you deserve to be proud of yourself and to acknowledge yourself for that. So hopefully this is just like a little loving nudge for you to keep going, get back to the things that you want to do and that you have wanted to do, and try and see what you can plug in that you haven't already. And also just acknowledge yourself for all of the amazing, incredible progress that you already have made, and to just keep going, and just give yourself grace for this weird energy that we've been in. If you're feeling it too, like send me a DM, DM and let me know. 'Cause I know at least me and my community on Instagram, like we're feeling it and it's real. So definitely recommend grabbing some fluid bath soaks if you, are anything like me and you become a huge brat whenever you are overstimulated or tired. Or anything like that. So, yeah. And then like, also I forgot, I should have listed on, this last podcast episode of my favorite things, but I should have listed ClassPass, because I am obsessed with ClassPass. It is so freaking cool. You can literally book like anything. You can book like an eyebrow wax or a facial or a massage or a Pilates class or a yoga class or a cycle, or like gym time. There's even some food on there now. I think I saw the AMC theaters are on there now, so you can get like movie tickets with your credits. It is by far the cheapest way to get to do all of these different kinds of things, because if you're not familiar, let me just be the one to inform you. Pilates and yoga and like specialized kind of classes like that are fucking expensive to get, like if you buy specifically like the membership or whatever from the studio itself. And so what I'm loving is doing ClassPass and then just getting to try different places without paying, $200 or $300 a month. I just like get to use credits instead. And for me, like, it's just so much better that way. And so I will drop my referral link in the show notes, and you can get some free credits. If you're a new class passer, you can get some, I think it's like 20 free credits or something. And that can get you several yoga classes, several Pilates classes. It can get you like an eyebrow wax. It can get you several different things. So I will drop that in the show notes, and yeah, just keep going. Keep going. Take care of yourself. Love yourself through this weird eclipse energy, and I will talk to you on Tuesday. If this episode sparked something in you, share it with a friend who needs it. Take a screenshot, post it to your Instagram story, and tag me at Intuitively Sydney. That's SIDNEY. I would love, love, love to see who's tuning in so I can connect with you and celebrate you. Have an amazing week, and I will talk to you next Tuesday.